Well, then I'm going to review the Saint Seiya Sanctuary Complete Collection Deluxe Version 3 million.
Okay.
That's not really what it's called, but
It's close enough.
it's the new Saint Seiya DVD set by Cinedigm, who, for those of you who don't know, they're the people who have been releasing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons on DVD. They're wrapping up the first series, and they also are doing the crossover movie.
Hmm.
And I think it's going to be their first uh, release where it's going to have dual audio because I think they've been doing either dub or sub only, and I think for this one they're going to be dual audio. They've also released Red versus Blue and Ruby as well, so they have some. That's where I was. That's where they were getting most of my business at the time. But they released Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac Sanctuary on the DVDs. It is the entire Sanctuary arc, and I can confirm that it's all 73 episodes, so it continues where the previous two sets left off, or it includes the final 13 episodes. Because the first two sets, the ADV dub that only went to 60, and the Knights of the Zodiac dub only went to 30. So, but packaging I think is fine. It's one of those where it's like a little box with two DVD cases or DVD books or whatever you want to call them. So you have two individual sets. One has six DVDs, the other has five, and two different. And they call them Volume One and Volume Two, which makes me think that down the line they might release the set in volumes, which I think would be beneficial for reasons I'll get to later on. The this is an old Toei show in '80s, so like Dragon Ball Z. So the visuals and audio quality isn't going to be perfect, but visual quality I think is decent. It kind of reminds me a little bit about the movies, though it looks a little bit worse. But that's to be expected if it's just the TV show and not like the movies or anything. And the audio I think is fine as well. People keep saying it's bad, but honestly, it's a show from the '80s, and two, it's a Toei show from the '80s. The voices are going to sound muffled anyway. I feel like fans kind of got spoiled with the movies because the audio in those were crystal clear and borderline perfect.
Yeah.
And I feel like the real issue with this set is in the subtitles. One, the subtitles don't even really look that good to begin with. And two, which is the main thing most people will probably notice, is that they're off timed a little bit. A character will start talking, and then the subtitles will immediately they'll say like one phrase, and then the subtitles will come up. They're late. In some cases, they'll disappear before the character's finished. It's not that bad, and it picks up after a while, and it at least stays consistent for a little bit. So it's not that jarring, though. It's definitely a bit of a pain. I don't really mind it that much. I've kind of gotten used to it. I don't know if it's just because I read quickly, but the other issue with the subs is there's some consistency errors. For example, the first time Seiya does the Pegasus Ryuseiken or the Pegasus Meteor Fist or Punch or whatever, they translate it as the Meteor of Pegasus, which makes sense.
I
Going
think you
off
mean Pegasus Punch now.
Pegasus Power Punch now.
Something like that.
I haven't watched the entire set. I only sampled certain parts of it because I've been waiting to AJ to finish the rest of it. But I sampled at least the episode we left off in the first one and whatnot. They start off with Meteor of Pegasus, but okay, fair enough. Want to go after the dub, but then later episode, the episode 61, I think it is, they go with Pegasus Meteor, which is what the subtitles for the ADV release did. And so there's a bit of inconsistency, a little bit, but and I wouldn't even be surprised if I go back and look and it's like Pegasus Meteor Punch, Pegasus Meteor Fist, Meteor Pegasus Power Punch thingy, Pegasus Power Punch now. But so that's one thing, and also I believe it was 60 or 61 where they call Iolia Ioria like they do in the dub, but on the DVD it's spelled out as Iolia, and So that's another inconsistency. And those are the only ones that I've noticed. Again, I haven't watched the entire thing, but the one that kind of bugged me, and I think bugs probably the most people, the scene in the first episode where Cassius and Seiya are fighting, and Seiya's all like, "You may be strong, but have you ever felt the true power of the cosmos inside you?" And how most people how they would do that, what they would probably do, they have Seiya say, "You're really strong, Cassius, but comma," and that just be one line. Then, as he continues on talking, it switches over to the "But have you ever felt the true power of the cosmos inside you?" With this, it's just one giant thing of text where it almost covers Seiya's face. So definitely some quality issue, I think. For me, I don't think I don't think it's an attempt with laziness in terms of the timing. I just think that they probably just made a mistake. So hopefully they'll fix it. I've actually taken the